Hello, everyone. Those of you who don't know me, I have cirrhosis of the liver. Been battling this for a little more than a year now. I actually want to do this video to talk about those homeopathic remedies, the milk thistle, the things like that, the liver cleansings, all those different things that they have out there that is supposed to clean the liver and help it. Um, as far as the research I have done and I have looked into, those different things sometimes are not what they are marketed as. Um, Now, I am not a doctor, nor am I a medical professional. This is just my experiences and what I've found. So, with that said, here we go. Okay, so again, I have cirrhosis of the liver. There is no complete uh, repair for that. It's not going to heal completely on its own. The symptoms can calm down, which I've been lucky enough to um, go, for the most part, symptom free for the past few months, which is excellent. Um, I still have troubles with certain things, losing breath and just get tired and problems swallowing, things like that, due to other complications with it. However, though, so the things that are marketed as um, remedies for cleansing the liver, or milk thistle's a big one. You'll hear a lot about that. Turmeric, you will hear a lot about that. Um, those things, once your liver turns cirrhotic, which is hardened, uh, those channels that, to make it simplified, it's kind of like channels. It's like a filter, like in a fish tank, kind of in a way, but way more complex. Those things may not process through the liver properly, hence causing more issues, more blockage, more bile buildup. Bile buildup can lead to things like the yellow skin, the jaundice. It can lead to things like fluids building up on your body and your abdomen, possibly your lung, like I did, your legs, your extremities, things like that. Um, it can lead to other complications as well. The best thing I have found to do is a high protein diet. I try to, I even keep a bag of beef jerky around in case I need, start feeling down or whatever. I'll munch on some of that because it's high in protein. Nuts are high in protein. Uh, Oatmeal I tend to eat every day, and I get the protein packed oatmeal. Also, another thing you'll find is things like Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has a decent amount of protein in it as well. They do make protein shakes, but sometimes those things can be rather expensive. And if you're going through liver failure, you may not have access to be able to work, or you may not be able to have a lot of money available to be able to afford those things. If you do have food share program, those do cover food share programs do cover those shakes, those protein shakes, like the Ensure, the Quate brand, things like that. Muscle milk, that's got a lot of protein in it. Um, so high in protein, natural greens, not just iceberg lettuce, because there's no real benefit to iceberg lettuce. Things like romaine lettuce, kale, things that are high in nutrients, even mustard greens, if you can stomach it. It's kind of a sour taste. But making salads out of that, your natural vegetables, non processed, carrots, potatoes, your normal foods, um, and season them. As long as I'm not building up fluid, I can use some salt. But if I'm building up fluid, or as a general purpose, when you have liver failure, you want to keep the salt intake kind of low. I generally don't add it to anything that I buy. I'll just use some of it for cooking purposes. Um, Another thing too you want to avoid is any kind of anything that could be toxic to the liver. Toxic to the liver could be some over-the-counter meds, alcohol, of course. That's a no-brainer. Um, Even cooking, I avoid foods that are cooked in wine, even cooking wine, or cooked in beer, like beer brats and things like that. They say that the alcohol is cooked out of it, but I just don't take that chance. I don't want to add anything else into my liver that could damage it. So where it may be okay, I do avoid it, and that's my choice. What works for you is your choice, but um, I tend to use a lot of olive oil on different things, baking different things as opposed to frying them, things like that. Uh, Also, exercise if you can exercise, and that could be just walking, taking a walk outside, maybe swing a golf club a couple times if you like doing it. And it's so important to keep doing the things that you like doing. If you like to fish, try to go fishing every once in a while. If you like to take walks, try to take walks. If you got a favorite pet, spend a little more time with the pet. Things that are going to keep you positive. Keeping moving. It's like a pond. Stagnant water tends to things in a stagnant water tends to die. We're the same way. We sit still and we become stagnant, we're going to become sicker. So I try to do something every single day, whether that's even just driving to the local mall and walking around, not necessarily buying something, but I'll go look at something. I like reptiles. I will go to a pet stores and I'll make my rounds around a few of them to kill some time in the day and to get exercise. And I'll just go look at the reptiles. Not necessarily buy anything, but I'll go look at them and things like that. Uh, so finding things that make you happy, try to stay, keep those things important to you that were important to you before you got sick. Maybe cut a few things out that maybe you don't need anymore. But however, though, try to stay positive. And I think that's a huge thing. Stay motivated, staying positive. I still have liver failure. I'm still going to need a transplant eventually. How long I have, I don't know. And people that are going through liver failure know that we look just like everyone else. When we're doing better, looking at me from the outside, you wouldn't know that I was sick. But I have many complications that cause issues and make things difficult for me. And every situation's different, obviously. Uh, my suggestion in that would be to speak to your doctor, find a hepatologist, not hematologist, a hepatologist, which would be a liver doctor. If you have a GI doctor, try to find one that knows quite a bit about liver failure. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid if you feel like something slightly is off. Go get checked out, especially when the disease is new to you, because you don't know. I was a squeaky wheel. I kept going in. If something felt wrong, I went in. And a lot of times I was correct. Something was going on. And, the most common thing I hear is, your labs are normal for your condition. They're not normal for anybody else, but they're normal for my condition. And that's the best I can ask for. So I'm going to stay positive and look look on the bright side of things and try to, stay as positive as possible. If, you know, if you ask them, they're probably going to tell you that the average lifespan of somebody once they get cirrhosis is unfortunately could be 1 to 2 years. If you're doing well and doing all the things. However, though, there are stories of people that hadn't had a transplant and they lived a lot longer than that. Um, so again, do your own research, look into it. I would suggest that. I'm not a doctor. I would suggest speaking to your doctor, uh, asking him as many questions as you want to ask. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions. Don't ever be afraid to say you don't understand or you don't know. That is totally okay. That's why they're there. And if you drank and the drinking got you there, you know what? Just be positive. Say, I'm making a change, I'm moving forward, and I'm changing my life. And you may have to change your life completely. Lose some friends, lose some things that maybe you were used to doing when you were drinking or doing other drugs or anything else. But however though, hey, you know what? Those people are there to help you. Just let them know you're sincere and you want to work on this and you want to live. And they're going to help you. And I have not run into a single doctor or nurse or any other medical professional that has treated me any less than important, um, knowing that I had drank before this situation. And you may run into some, I mean, it's hard to tell, and some that are just being overly cautious, and that's normal. But hey, you know what? Tomorrow's another day. You know, one thing, the world turns and the sun comes out the next day. So we got that going for us. So just keep the fight, keep going, stay positive, find other people going through the situation if you need to. Find somebody that you can talk to when things are rough, when things are down. Just some nights you may not sleep. I go through sleeplessness, it's a common thing. Um, but I try to clear my mind and I try to think of positive things and, try to move forward. And that's the best we can do. So until next time, everybody take care. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and ask them. And again, everybody have a blessed and amazing day. Talk to you later.